Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean, stacking the money green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice being brought to you by BetMGM. Use the promo code JUICE. Get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. Man, truly super wild card weekend. Just what an awesome weekend of football for the National Football League. All the games were really good. Even that 49ers Seattle one, which was, I guess the biggest blowout of the weekend so far. Even that was pretty good because Seattle kind of hung around, at least in the first half there. 1 and 2 asides, didn't hit the Irwin prop, but did hit Mike Gesicki. So hopefully you guys tailed on that on the anytime touchdown. I mean, yeah, it was. I'm not dialed in on the sides, but I've been really, I think, pretty sweet here, hitting some anytime touchdowns. That's been carrying me. So got some anytime touchdown bets coming up for Monday night. All right, let's get to the slate. Recap here. Vikings -2.5. Kirk Cousins was the fraud that we all thought. Really, the coup de grace was Kirk Cousins checking it down on fourth down. That was that was an insane play. And then the roughing the passer call was crazy. I don't know what happened to Justin Jefferson. I had him in some DFS stuff. Like, what happens? Where did you go, Justin Jefferson? Kind of a no-show there. We'll have to break down the film to see who exactly to blame. But as much as it pains me, hats off to the Giants. Go on the road, get that playoff win. I don't know about this Saturday night, Lincoln Financial Field. Giants fans are already chirping at me like, yeah, we almost beat you with your backups. Okay. So are you going to start Davis Webb Saturday? Are you just pointing out that your backups are way better than your starters, or did we get out to a 19-0 lead, playing a very vanilla offense, and then kind of took our foot off the gas? You decide. Either way, Eagles at home. Going to be so fun to break that down. Bengals -8.5. Really, this about honestly never felt good for a majority of it until we got that defensive touchdown. They ended up winning, obviously, by 7. That gave me a ton of hope, but ultimately just nothing there. And like I said, with the Irwin bet, it just wasn't involved. I mean, really, my handicapping on that game, I think the biggest thing I underestimated was Tyler Huntley. I thought, I didn't expect much from him. And the fact that he didn't start throwing until Thursday, he was dealing with the shoulder issue. And then he made a bunch of plays, like that crazy snap over his head all of a sudden. I don't want to totally hate on him by saying they were lucky, because he made a bunch of them. So I severely underestimated what we would see out of Huntley. He kept him in that game, and I thought he played overall a pretty good game. But Bengals at home, man. And just Joe Burrow in the playoffs. He's a tough out. And, oh, man, I'm already so jacked for that Bills-Bengals divisional game. Also, if I'm a Bengals fan, like, wait, why is this not at a neutral field? Walk me through that. I still don't get it. I mean, if they were tied, but the Bengals would have won that game, hypothetically, then wouldn't they have the home field against the Bills? I mean, I get it, it's a no contest, but wouldn't they make it apply to the AFC Championship game, but not the divisional game? Someone smarter than me, please explain that to me, because I don't get it. Miami +13.5. This got off to a rough start. Bills up 17-0. Seemed like they were going to cruise, and then Josh Allen. The turnovers are real. We joke around all the time saying Josh Allen doing Josh Allen type things, meaning he turns it over, right? He presses, he takes some deep shots, he had a couple drops. I mean, the biggest takeaway of this wildcard weekend was that the rookie quarterbacks played much, much better than I thought they did. I mean, with the exception of Trevor Lawrence in the first half, which I was all over. I'm still racking my head. Please, can you figure out the math on winning the turnover battle by 5 and still losing? That has to be insane odds. I still cannot figure that out. What is more unlikely, like that or losing $1.4 million? And thank you. It's embarrassing loss when, like, my mom is texting me, did you see this man lost $1.4 million? It's like, yeah, that guy is an insane idiot. There's so many easier ways to make 11 grand gambling when your bankroll is $1.4 million. And of all the teams to do it on, the Chargers, like, hey, yeah, I'm going to do it on the team that's notoriously cursed. Are you going to do it on the Bills in the Super Bowl? I don't know. That's probably an old guy reference. The biggest chokers right now are the Chargers. But Dolphins got the cover, 13.5, and of course the Gesicki anytime touchdown. That was pretty sweet. You know what else is sweet? Betting Pros Premium. You can win a 1-year free premium upgrade. Just go to youtube.com/bettingpros, hit subscribe, comment on this video, automatically entered to win a chance to get a free year of Betting Pros Premium. Again, so many good projections, metrics, a ton of sports they cover. Again, let them do the heavy lifting with the prop stuff, all that. Again, like, are you going to sort through all the projections? No, take a look at their projections. See some of their best plays. You know, you're really missing out if you're not taking advantage of the stuff they got going. Bettingpros.com/upgrade if you don't feel like waiting to win the contest. Bet smarter, not harder. All right. First up, the side of the game. Shocker, I'm on the Bucs here. As we know, Dallas sucks. Cowboys at the Bucs. I'm taking the Bucs on the money line, plus 127. Get that over on WinBet for 2 units. Dak on the road, like fading that in the playoffs. Dak 1-3 in the playoffs. Tom Brady's never lost to the Cowboys. That's got to be worth something. 7-0. Really, what got me on this is Tom Brady saying we're as healthy as we've been all year. I love betting O-line health, and getting back to the Bengals, I think losing their left tackle was a big part of that game. And, you know, Eli Apple getting toasted, a lot of injuries for the Bengals. So definitely going to have to dig in on that before I make a play. But it looks like they're getting their center Ryan Jensen back for the Bucs. That's huge, especially going up against this Cowboys defense. And Cowboys defense isn't as good as they were, especially early in the season. They're averaging 27.2 points per game allowed over the final 5 weeks of the regular season, and they've looked particularly bad on the road. I know they got the win in the cover against Tennessee, but I don't think they looked that great, and then they lost outright to the Commanders. They let Sam Howell throw on them. I think there are opportunities to throw on them. Now, if Brady can be the Tom Brady that we saw against the Carolina Panthers, I think they got a really good chance at winning this game. And it seems like, you know, a tale as old as time. Their owner, our boy Jerry, meddling with the game plan. Supposedly he's the one that's requesting a lot more Zeke Elliott touches. Now, Zeke, he's good around the goal line, but man, I mean, just eye test alone, Tony Pollard looks so much better. So as someone who's fading the Cowboys, I love that they're going to be going out of their way to feed Zeke. And yeah, the Cowboys offensive line kind of banged up as well. This is a back against the wall game for the Bucs. Obviously it is for the Cowboys as well, but we've seen this. I mean, we saw this in the Chargers game when a coach is coaching for his life on the road in the playoffs. He can get a little tight there in the second half. So, and now maybe Byron Leftwich also is. Who knows? But either way, I think something's going right with this Bucs team. I've also heard that that Brady has kind of basically said, "Hey, I'm in charge of the offense." You know, he did that. I always keep thinking of that meme where the guy points to his 2 eyes when he's taking over the ship. And I think it was like Captain Phillips, and he goes, "I'm the captain now." It feels like that's what Brady's doing with the offense. And so that means healthy dose of Mike Evans as well, and just some better looks in the passing game. All right, for some props to throw out, Leonard Fournette over 33.5 rushing yards. Playoff Lenny, again, he's got a nickname, Playoff Lenny. He's kind of getting up there. I don't know if it's age or just he's not on the TB12 diet. He's eating unprocessed or processed sugar. I don't know, whatever it is. Leonard Fournette has not as much spring in his step as previous years, but coming off of a nice bye week. So they were able to rest their vets, including Leonard Fournette. He played a couple snaps, but really not much of a game. So the last time we saw Leonard Fournette coming off some nice rest was the beginning of the season. First game of the season, completely fresh, 21 for 127 against this very Dallas Cowboys team. So 35.5 feels very doable. And I think Brady is going to lean towards the veterans in the game plan, be vocal about getting the vets involved. And so I like over 35.5. For my anytime touchdown, you know I love a good tight end story. Give me Cade Otton, anytime touchdown. I got it at plus 600 over on FanDuel. Again, shop around if you're going to tail these. I do my best as of tape time, but these things change pretty quick. So again, always look around because there are pretty big. I mean, it was plus 600 on FanDuel. I saw another spot plus 425. So there really is a pretty big difference in price. Kyle Rudolph is doubtful. They also, Cameron Bright, they don't seem to be using. There's this other kid, Kieft or something, that could be involved in the game plan. But Cade Otton, they really seem to be going out of their way to get him involved. He's had 7 red zone targets in his last 3 games. That's enough for me. A Tom Brady offense where you're getting 7 red zone targets in the last 3 games, I'm in. And then a 1-unit play here on the anytime touchdown round robin. So again, these are FanDuel prices, which was best as of tape time. Like I said, putting Cade Otton in there. Mike Evans at plus 200, really like that as well. Again, it's Brady's guys. Like these are the guys getting involved. And then tossing Leonard Fournette there, plus 135, aka playoff Lenny. And as always with the anytime touchdown round robin, or any round robins, the way we've been playing them, you take the unit, split it up into 4 quarter units, and use that to get down on the money line round robin. So we'll get the prices there if we end up hitting. Obviously, the K-Dot and stuff, let's go on that. So 1 unit on the FanDuel the anytime touchdown round robin of K-Dot and Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette. 1 unit on K-Dot and alone at plus 600. Big K-Dot and guy. Let's go. Leonard Fournette over 35.5 rushing yards, and then 2 units on the Bucs money line plus 127. Get that over at WinBet. And hey, get all your other bets over at betmgm.com. Use our promo code JUICE. If you haven't already, $1,000 risk-free bet on first deposit. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other show, the Sports Gambling Podcast. Do a pregame show for these playoff games as well as a bunch of podcasts. Gave out Cole Beasley on that pregame show earlier this morning, 12-1. Caller came in, kind of tipped us off, and I would have given it out here. I was waiting to see on the Isaiah McKenzie stuff, who he ended up being a scratch, which I thought there was a ton of value there in Cole Beasley. Fortunate to get that hit, and then also Brock Purdy anytime touchdown. So some of those are kind of like late plays. I usually do those on Twitter as well, and in the Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. Get in there, mix it up. Always tag me. I'll be giving out my first touchdown stuff in the Discord as well. So perfect reason to join. And there's a bunch of other super smart, super sharp guys in there. Hey, you know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.